I remember, I think it was like Seinfeld or something like that, where he was just talking about on the show, he was talking about he was like this girl is like, oh, I don't like a girl with legs. Like, I got legs. Why do I want a girl with legs? I like a girl with big breasts because I don't have big breasts. Something like that.
What? Then that means she's got to have big tits and no legs.
This kind of reminds me real quick. When I was in college, and this is how much of an asshole I am. When I was in college, we had to do for extra credit, like sensitivity type of training. So we all gathered in a group, and basically, like, they give you a disability, and then you have to like go around with your disability for like an hour. So if you're blind, then you have like a mask, a black mask on, where you can't see anything. If you were deaf, you had to have like earplugs in your ear. I was on a wheelchair, and I had a fucking blast. I was just scrolling, wheeling around everywhere. Like, I'm going uphill, and I'm like, oh, this is a good arm workout right here.
See, I think they should have made you do it for longer than an hour. Like, you did not appreciate what it's like to be disabled. Like, you appreciated it, but in the wrong way.
Because I went up to ladies, and it'd be like, hey, this chair is an automatic, but if you want, it could be a stick shift real quick.
You were a sleazy disabled guy? You're just out there rolling around giving them all a bad name. That's great, Omar.
Oh, exactly.
There are riots right now!
No,
what are you doing?
No, I am empowering those guys in wheelchairs to get their dick sucked if they can and feel it, then that's perfectly fine. But if they can't, that's fine too.
It's the principle of the thing.
Yes, the blowjobs are made out of principle. That's what they're made out of.
Principle blowjob.
Principle blowjobs. But if you blow a guy in a wheelchair, you know what? I think you could deserve it. That would be an exemption.
Oh, beautiful.
Rule, so, thank you. If you're not noticed, the American flag was waving right behind me when I said that. Even though I'm in space right now. But,
Oh, okay. So, that's great. You brought the flag with you. You're an astronaut.
I brought the flag. I understand that, it's a lot of troublesome. But it's not a Confederate flag because I don't roll with that shit.
Welcome to the All Regerts podcast, a podcast about regrets. I will be your host, Sam Narani, with my co-host, Omar Gonzalez.
I know Blood In, Blood Out. That one is a great, prominent Mexican-American movie, which I totally would recommend to anybody because, it's a great prominent of the culture that I had to go through and everything. And it stars Emilio Estevez as a Mexican gangbanger, which is fucking great.
Oh, shit. That's like, is it like the Army's 1 in, 1 out policy? Hey, if you want to get the fuck out of here, you sign up another recruit guy.
Oh. Yeah. I make fun every time I walk my buddy Juan. He was in the Marines, and every time that I make fun, I ask him what happens in basic training if it's really for real, like if y'all have to be like cross swords or anything like that with the blood hole, and he won't talk about it.
Okay, number 1.
Mm-hmm.
How are you crossing swords?
You cross sword. No, you cross sword. Well, first, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Like this?
Yeah, you see your sword. Yeah,
okay,
you see it.
So it sounds like, hey.
You first cross them to seed it.
Here is my butthole.
Okay, go ahead.
And
yeah.
I'm crossing swords to get into it. You see?
Yeah.
We should take a screen of that. Turn it into a GIF, really, just so everybody can see what we're talking about. So 2 guys fought over your butthole.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think what happened to my buddy Juan, and
he must have been the belle of the ball.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's secretly gay. That's just my.
Then he was definitely the belle of the ball.
Aw, he was.
Secretly, he was like, this sucks, but inside he's like,
yeah.
Fight over that.
So speaking of riots, have you gone out protesting yet or no?
I have been helping in the form of donations.
Oh, okay.
I want can't go out because money will run out. I don't have a job right now, but that's the best I can do.
That makes 2 of us. Hey!
No, you're still employed right now. You got a good
Well, we'll talk about that in a sec. But go ahead.
Okay, well, this outfit is explained to me now.
Jess. Yeah, first of all, now, look, sometimes you gotta wear a white beater, let the guns out, and everything, and not shower for 3 days, and that's perfectly fine.
So tell me, did you misplace your guns, or?
Oh, fuck you. They're wrapped in padding right now. They're wrapped in a lot of padding, but you know what? They're there.
Yeah. You know what? I'm putting these away for storage. This is bubble wrap.
Yeah. You don't see like the tricep right here and everything.
I don't, but I have a shitty camera, so maybe it's on me. It's on me. I'm sure it's on me.
No,
but I hope you find your guns one day.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Sam.
You know what, bitch? I hope the safety's on too.
Oh, fuck.
What if a kid finds them? This is fucked up. Stop being fucked up.
I used to when I was in high school all the time because like I was fatter in high school. I used to not call my arms guns, but I call them like super soakers or anything like that because it gets the ladies wet all the time. Yeah.
What? Did you have like a glandular problem? Did you like sweat profusely on the ladies? Girl, I'll put my arm around you. You're mine now when you're drenched.
Yeah, because I was fat. That's why.
Did you kind of like rub your scent on them like a fire hydrant? Like, hey, everyone, this is Omar smell on her.
It's more like when I touched them, perspiration always went through my body because my body was always running on like maximum power and everything because like it needs a lot to move a lot of mass, and I was always sweaty. So like, and the guns and these super soakers, man. Stuff like that. These Nerf things, I just wrap them around people. They're like the pool noodle, and it's just like all the liquid just drips on them. So yeah, they carry my son.
You know what you should have done?
What's up?
You should have gone like an adrenaline high, and that way all that perspiration that runs through you could be like one of those wacky wavy noodle things. And then in the summer, it would have been a refreshing, fun thing for the kids. Omar's fuck party.
Omar's fuck party with a kiddie pool. Yeah.
Who knows where these fingers will end up? In buttholes.
My pool party was the inspiration for Epstein Island, baby. That's what it was.
Oh no.
Yeah, that got real dark real quick.
One key difference.
What is the key difference?
We were into grannies.
Yeah.
Played our cards right that night. We were in them grannies. Oh, wait, here's that gesture again. Like that. Yeah. And then sometimes they'd smash butts.
I want to know, like, if I was gay, and I were to like talk to my partner and be like, "Hey, baby."
Is that how you would go with a generic baby to your partner?
Yeah, kind of.
You don't think your personality would be a little bit different if you were gay? Like, you're exposed to a different culture than you are as a straight man.
That is true. Hey, Bun Buns. I was thinking.
That's sweet.
Yeah, see, that could be pretty sweet, too. Hey, Bun Buns. I was thinking, you know what? Instead of me being the top or you being the top and then, like, you know, we'll blow each other. I was just thinking, I want to try something new. How about we just keep smashing each other's butts and see if that does anything? Cheek on cheek action, and we just grind, you know? It's like scissoring, but like with our butts. You know what I mean? And just like cross it that way.
What if that works? What if you...
Oh, hold on a second! Are you saying that there's a possibility that I could have just thought of a sex position?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Or, you know what? No. I'm not going to give you that credit.
No, let me get...
Because we haven't researched this. But
let me get this.
You could be describing an existing sex act.
First of all, when has facts ever stopped us before?
Okay, that's fair. Fuck facts. Fuck facts, Virginia.
Fuck's Fact, Virginia was where the Confederate flag was created and stands today.
By Janet Ross herself.
Oh,
She was kind of a bitch. Nobody really liked her.
No. But you know what, Janet? You're going to be remembered with when your statue falls down in a few days.
Yeah, so. Damn it, Janet.
That's not true. They didn't put statues up of women back then.
Yeah.
So,
What were you saying?
We were talking about butts, and you're not letting me
Oh, yeah.
claim credit. But go ahead.
All right, here. Well, maybe I have a different description of it than you do.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, you know those little Garfield hang in there guys that people used to put in their cars,
Oh yeah.
and they have those suction cups.
Okay, I like where this is going.
So see, it's kind of like two suction cups hitting at it, and at some point they're gonna hook onto each other because of that vacuum.
Ooh.
Maybe that goes into the prostate in some capacity, vibrates that up, and you're having a good time. Because that's where boy joy is.
So, okay. I like Boy Joy.
Boy joy!
Yeah, I like that one because it was like that. What is that? That '80s singer like
Boy George!
Boy George. Okay, we're gonna call it the Boy George in honor of him. So the Boy George is when two buttholes get together. And by the way, this is not just for gay people. Okay, before anybody comes over and be like Omar's anti-LBGT community. First of all, I'm helping you guys out with the position. Second of all, I am including anybody with the butthole for this position. You alright?
Anyone can do it.
Yeah, the only people that should be mad at me is probably paraplegics. But you know what? Screw them for this scenario.
They still have buttholes.
Yeah, but can they really stick? Well, maybe if they're like laying down and like you're on top.
Well, okay. What if you don't have your legs but you have your arms? I mean, you can still kind of do a bridge situation. You know, the two like cat dog. You could basically be a cat dog.
All right, that's fair. But okay, so a Boy George is when two butts are bent over and the assholes are touching each other, and then they get stuck. The vacuum gets stuck into each other like a finger trap, and you just constantly kind of like pull it off together. But it's not as easy as it can be, and it gets tighter as it goes until eventually there's enough sweat and preparation where it comes off, and you feel all this relief. You know what? That's a Boy George, and we honor his memory that way. Put me on VH1 Hall of Fame. Thank you very much.
Oh.
What's wrong? It's a real thing. No, I don't like that reaction, Sam.
Urban Dictionary is not any of that shit, dude. I am so sorry, but you know what that means?
No. Go ahead.
I think maybe you did create that. Maybe that's what that is now. That is the Boy George. And if you don't have legs and you do it, it's called the cat dog. We'll have to talk to Nickelodeon's people about that. But I think they just basically said SpongeBob is gay, so they might welcome additional characters opening up.
That's fair. I don't think you need to talk to people about giving them sex names, because nobody talked to Dirty Sanchez.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm. He was just walking around filthy like Pigpen. Like Pigpen with an accent. He was just like, boy, and like just walked around every once in a while.
Well, maybe people that got Dirty Sanchez by Dirty Sanchez. Maybe it's like, you know how they name a drink in honor of someone?
Okay, so you're telling me that Dirty Sanchez is a real person who
yes.
was so filthy and so nasty and had so many fetishes to the point where like you were honoring his memory.
This is from a time period where butt stuff was not even an option.
Yeah.
You know,
no one
talked about it. No one went near it. Ugh, no, not in this culture.
No, not by society standards. But you know what? Pioneers came out and just in a secret society and be like, you know what we're gonna do? Rim jobs. We're gonna start doing rim jobs. You know what? And
what is that? You just came up with rim jobs?
Yeah. That's where you lick the butthole and everything. You don't know what a rim job is?
I was just like, it's weird that in this scenario, the guide wouldn't be like, hey guys, let me explain the concept of it and then give you the name. I just think it's weird that the guy's like, hey, here's a random name. And everybody's like, oh yeah, we get it. That's
no.
what it is.
I'm almost because in my opinion, rim jobs came first because rim jobs, and it's natural.
Is it natural? We have civilizations that started, and they purposely made sure that they were not taking shits near where the water is. Mm. You're telling me that it's natural just to jiggle your tongue down there.
First of all, you're going back way too far in history. All right, nobody's doing rim jobs during the plague. I'm telling you that right now. But once we found out about germ theory and like a little bit, kind of like maybe like the 1900s, I would say.
So you're telling me?
Go ahead.
What you're trying to tell me here now? when they introduced that concept of turning a hamburger patty from the bacteria on poop, people were like, fuck no, gross. Psychologically, we could not understand that the bacteria in the poop are not a thing. I mean, they just feed off of it, so I guess in a way you are just, but whatever, I don't know. I'm not a scientist. That was by a whole community who said, gross, no thank you. But naturally, they were like, hey, it feels right to put my mouth down here.
Okay. Look,
My nose also is, because it can smell things.
Okay, as someone who's eaten out of women before, sometimes you go down, and yes, you're in the top area a little bit, but you know what? You're like, you know what? The bottom part of vagina, you know what? That needs a little bit of love too. So you stick your tongue down there a little bit, but then you're going in the up and down motion. But as the down part goes in there, sometimes, you know what? You go a little too far. Like you're sticking all the way in, and then like you're rubbing all the way down, and then it gets to the rim part of the area, and then you just hear, ooh, and you're like, oh, she responded to that. That, I guess I'll just keep doing that more. That, what I'm claiming is that is more, it is the first step. That is more of a first step than sticking a finger up in a butt, getting some poop, and then like rubbing it up your upper lip. That's all I'm claiming. Nah, go ahead. By the way, all this silence is just Sam getting riled up and mad. But go ahead.
Number one.
Yeah.
I feel like you, when you were 12 years old, and your father came into your room, wife beater and all, and just randomly started saying, hey son, let me tell you how to eat out a woman. And I feel 12-year-old Omar right now. It's odd. Okay. Secondly, that still does not explain why some asshole sitting in a building goes, hey guys, rim jobs. And everybody's like, yeah, that, we know what those are.
I would like to think that maybe there were some people that were like, you know what? You know, like real sex started in like 1990s or like 1980s. Those sex clubs didn't start because of the HBO show Real Sex. Those things have been around forever. And
I thought you meant like people weren't banging for real until the 80s, and I was like, that doesn't make sense. How did we get here? But it's a show called Real Sex. Okay.
Yeah, but there's like but I'm pretty sure that like those clubs and fetishes things have been going around forever. Have you never seen like those hieroglyphics of like the hieroglyphic, even like I said, going back to European hieroglyphics, man, they're into some freaky shit. Like I guarantee you, here's my thing. I guarantee you there's not a lot of hieroglyphics that you really can see because the majority of them was just sex shit, and they only had like a few every once in a while. You know, it's like, hey, you know what, let's just tell history. But the rest of them were just like people blowing each other like in a row or being like attached to each other like human centipede. I'm almost positive that's the case. Like if you go down to Egypt right now, like they'll show you the clean section, but if you go deep like into next to King Tut's territory, I'm almost positive in there is like basically just like porn shop pornography that's like, it's like the internet. The worst part of the internet is like all over those walls and everything. And it's probably like as big as like maybe like a neighborhood of like Brooklyn or something like that. That's how much, and it's just all full of filthy, disgusting, nasty, every fucking fetish that you can think of.
So you're saying there's a dark web of sorts of hieroglyphics.
Yes, I am almost positive.
I want to see sexy Anubis.
And when I go to Egypt, I'm going to be over there and being like, this is cool. You know what? Show me the real shit. Just say. Push that rock. I know that little rock right there is sticking out. I almost guarantee if you just push it in a little bit, that'll get it to the fun part.
I've seen Indiana Jones. I get it.
Yeah, exactly. Now, granted, I'm pretty sure someone has pushed that button before, because if not, Boulder might crush everybody, or a bunch of arrows might be shooting at you, or you know what? Or maybe you fall down and it's just a pit of dildos, and then you're just going backwards like, and then all of a sudden, bang.
What are the dildos made out of? Egyptian dildos. Is it papyrus?
Oh, gold, probably. Like, yeah, golden dildos.
It's solid, but it's still malleable. Oh, that'd be interesting. Everybody's got like a different vaginal canal.
Yeah, think of it as like Mortal Kombat when you like uppercut the guy and he falls down the pit. And instead of his spikes, it's just a bunch of golden dildos that you hit fall under. Still will die.
Oh, yeah.
But if you go butt first, you get a little bit of pleasure, then death.
No, dude. Like Scrooge McDuck, he would go like swimming in his coin pile. Have you ever had a jar of coins and you try to put your hand in there? You can't get through it real fast.
It's like rice and stuff like that. Like if you start there's no reason why those guys like punch rice to like get their calluses up right there. I'm almost positive that like Scrooge McDuck has like he may not be soft
He would
at
have had
all.
every fucking broken bone in his body if he tried. That was a really, really big space.
He was an adventurer.
He was a jackass.
That may have been true.
He was a porter.
He had 99% of the U.S. economy in his vault.
Yeah,
and he just swam in everywhere.
He is the 1%.
He is literally the 1%.
Did he help the Nazis? I bet he did.
Well, they promised him gold coins so that he could just swim in there.
And that's where the Nazi gold is. Bitch has been swimming in it. Literally swimming in Nazi gold.
What were the three kids and stuff like that? It was like a Huey, Dewey, Huey and Louie. All right, Huey, Dewey, Louie, get on the chopper. We're gonna go over there and search for Nazi gold. We gotta go collect.
Oh, and you know what was cool back then? The guy Launchpad. He had 2 jobs. And I was like, he's doing real good for a cartoon. Characters did not get used twice,
That is true. He had 2 good jobs, but he probably ended up with a shitty apartment though, because he didn't make that much.
Oh my god, yeah. He blew it all real fast. He was so empty, and you got 2 jobs like that. That 2, you got to learn your life. You got to do some shit. He had no hentai.
No, nothing. Back then, all you had was drinking and speed. That's all he spent his money on.
Yeah, and he was also a licensed pilot, so that's 2 kinds of speed he was into. And also barrel rolls.
Yeah. Helicopters, man. By the way, you ever been in a helicopter? And I think it's a weird experience. Me and my brother did a helicopter thing one time. And but it wasn't like those ones where the doors were open and you're like, all right, we're going to Guam. It's more like, it just
buckle in and let's take a tour of the city, like that.
Yeah, like that. Because I just wanted to see her. I just mainly just want to be how does it feel to be in an actual helicopter, flying around and stuff? But I'm always thinking engine failure or something like that, or just I'm gonna just hit and all of a sudden I'm gonna go down and it's into the lake or something.
That's because you saw a lot of movies from the 80s. Isn't that how all the heroes went down in the chopper?
Yes, but I also had this dream of I fall out, but then I grab on to the bottom leg of the helicopter, and I'm just hanging on like that for about a good 10 minutes or so before I land, and everything, which happens in again in every 80s movie.
You're ready to jump.
No, I was ready to hang. I want amazing. That's the one thing about 80s movies I heard about was I see a lot. Grip is insane. I am right now. We have a pull-up bar in the backyard right now, and I will sometimes dead hang myself. Where I'll just and just hang on there, and I get a good 20 seconds at a time, which considering the weight that I am right now, they're that's a pretty impressive deal. But
I don't understand why any of that. What is that?
Okay, so there's a pull-up bar. You have a pull-up bar on top. The way on one of those bars you grab and you pull yourself up when you're doing pull-ups.
No, I get that, but I guess
dead hang? Is that what you're asking?
No. Where is this going? I guess that was
what I'm going.
Sorry,
is
what
I am going.
I just interrupted you by being a shit.
No, you're cool. All right, we just want to establish for the audience. All right, so I will go into the backyard and I would just grab on the pull-up bar and just hang myself on there, where I'm just swinging around and the whole time I'm gripped on the bar with nothing touching the floor and stuff, and it's really good for your spine and your back and stuff like that. So I could hang on there for like about a good 10 to 20 seconds before I have to let go and like get on my feet. When you watch these 80s movies and like you have the helicopter scene, these guys are like hanging on there on like the bottom of the bar with like a gun, like shooting things out like this. And it's just, I'm just saying that it takes so much strength in your grip. That's what's being shown in these 80s movies and stuff like that. Like they could just hang on there for days and stuff. And like it just makes you think like wow, I guess like the secret to like being like an 80s action star, Schwarzenegger, all those guys, is just to like have amazing grip. You know what I mean? And stuff like that grip where like all of a sudden you try to grab a beer can, but like you lightly press it, but then it explodes in your hand because your arm is so strong. You know, kind of like that. Your forearms are like as huge as like Popeye and everything.
Yeah, you just had to be a built guy. Like it was basically, hey, stunt guys, come be actors.
Yeah, pretty much. That's so. We had that going, but again, that being in a helicopter and everything was kind of like a fun deal. And yeah, I don't even know how we got the helicopters, to be 100% honest with you, but and everything. And I'm not even high or like in sober or anything like that. I think we went from like butt stuff to like Confederate flag to like helicopters, and I don't think that's the right order. So
there was like at least 2 sessions of butt stuff, I feel.
You know what? And let's make it 3. All right. So if you go up to, you can do this by your position by yourself. If you go up to a wall and like stick yourself on the wall, that's how you practice. You practice with like your wall, hit your butt on the wall, and then that will get it stuck on there before going forward.
And that one should be called the Garfield.
Oh yeah, that one should be a Garfield.
Because it's like you're up by 1 suction cup.
I want it where it like. Okay, now I want this Garfield doll where the suction cup is like in his butt and he's just like bent over like this, bent over in the forward with his butt stuck against the wall, and it just says hang in there, but he's just hanging by his asshole. Like, I want that doll now. Get started. Whichever company makes Garfield. Get started on that.
If should we send a letter or...
No!
I'll tweet at them. You know, let's tweet at them.
Let's tweet at them.
That was our show. Thank you again for listening, and please follow us on Instagram at Regerts and Facebook and on all the other social media stuff. And subscribe. If any of these stories have inspired you to come up with a regret, send us your regrets at allregertspod@gmail.com.